Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews back with another video, and today I will show you guys some pretty cool things that you can do on your iPhone that you probably didn't know about. I always say that some of the best and really coolest features of the iPhones are features that are hidden and a lot of people actually don't know about them and of course don't use them on their device. So in this video I will show you guys 15 of those really cool features that you probably didn't know that your iPhone has. For the first one, we're going to the Google Maps app. I know a lot of iPhone users actually use Google Maps, and you can see right here what I have. I have Google Maps, but I also have the Spotify controls right here. So when I'm navigating with Google Maps and I'm playing music, maybe in the car, I don't need to switch between apps. I have here my controls to switch between different songs, play and pause, as well as the browse option to browse the songs, the library of my Spotify app. This is really cool. So you basically have two apps within one. Let me show you guys how to do this. Alright, so to do this, it's actually very simple. All you have to do is head on to the Google Maps app and tap right there on your profile, then go to your settings. Right here we'll have navigation. You go there and all you need to do now is go to music playback controls. Go here and you can choose Apple Music or Spotify, whichever one you use. Connect them to the Maps app and now you will have your controls right on the Maps app while you're navigating. Next up, we have a feature that will come in handy to iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max users, basically devices with a dynamic island. So when you're recording the screen of your iPhone with a screen recorder that comes built into iOS will actually even record that outline right there of the dynamic island, as well as that red dot right there, which is indicating that it's recording the screen of your iPhone. And when you take a look at that recording, it will have that in there. But we can change that. So you can see right here we have the old recording and you can see we actually have the dot and the indicator, basically the line right there. Here's how you do it the right way. You tap to record here and then just swipe like this to actually close the dynamic island. Now this will work with screen recording. It actually works with every other app. You can close out, like just close an app out of the dynamic island simply by swiping like that. It is still recording though, so if we go ahead and go to the control center here and just stop the recording, there we have the new recording. And you can see now it doesn't actually have the dynamic island outlined and the red dot on the recording. We got a ton of new features on the Contacts app with iOS 16. Now you can just create a list of contacts, which is really cool. You can also send group messages, group emails, and all that stuff, which are very useful features. Now on the Contacts app, you can also quickly select your contacts simply by swiping with two fingers like this. Anytime you want to select contacts, just like you would do with emails, this now works on the Contacts app as well. Another thing you can do on the Contacts app, when you have selected a few of your contacts, you can actually press and hold here on the gray area. You can see it will actually gather them like this. It will show you a little menu here, but what I can do is actually just swipe down. Now I can move them around and maybe just place them on another list just like that. So you can now move contacts basically just like you do with icons on the home screen. Now this also makes it very easy for you to actually delete your contacts. So slide like this to select the contacts you want to delete, 3D touch there, and from here you can go ahead and delete all of these contacts directly from here. And of course remove them from the list if you want to, but deleting contacts from this like 3D touch menu is actually super useful. You don't actually have to do that by selecting contacts. You can also do that for a single contact. So if I just want to delete this, I can just go ahead and just delete it from here simply by 3D touching on the contact. Now here is a really cool feature that I think a lot of people don't know about. So anytime you take a screenshot maybe of an app or the home screen and you want to send it to someone, let's say on an iMessage, you don't have to actually take a screenshot and then go into the app and browse the photo library for that screenshot. Here's what I can do. I want to take a screenshot of the home screen. I can now drag this from here and I can just go ahead and send it on an iMessage as easy as that. You can see how easy that was. Even if I'm on another app, so let's say I'm on the calculator here, I can take a screenshot, get out of here. I have enough time to actually drag the screenshot, bring it here on the iMessage app and send it to anyone I want. This is as easy as that. So anytime you take a screenshot, you know that it won't disappear. it will stay there for a few seconds, so you will have the time to actually drag it and just place it anywhere you want. Now, one really cool thing that you can do on iOS is of course search from the Spotlight search, and you can search pretty much for everything you want. Now you can do that from the lock screen as well. All you have to do is just swipe like this, just like you would do on your home screen. Don't swipe from the top or from the bottom, just on the middle here, and you can see it will show your Spotlight search, even though it will say here that you need to unlock the device, of course, to see all the results. Your informations and all that sensitive information won't be shown here, of course, because that can be done even by someone that hasn't access to your device, but you can search for anything you want on the Spotlight search directly from the lock screen here, simply by swiping in the middle of the screen. Now, with the changes that Apple has made to the Spotlight search on iOS 16, there's also a feature which actually will save your searches that you do on the Spotlight search. So if we go to the Spotlight search, here I have a couple of searches that I've done before, and these have been actually saved here. Now what you can do is swipe like this to remove them if you want to clear them. If you want to clear them one by one, of course, you might have any of them, any item that you want to keep there. But if you have a lot and you just want to get rid of them, all you have to do is just tap somewhere in the middle right there. So tap and hold, and you will be able to actually clear the recent results just like that, and it will clear everything. Next up, we're talking about focus modes on iOS 16, and I feel like a lot of iOS users don't actually take full advantage of this and don't know the full potential of focus modes. So here's how it works on iOS 16. So you can attach a wallpaper, a lock screen to a focus mode. So whenever you turn on that wallpaper, you enable that wallpaper, that lock screen, it will also turn on automatically that focus mode. But it will also just do it the reverse. So if I just go ahead and go right here to the control center and turn on here my editing focus, it will also actually change the wallpaper of my device. How cool is that? Now you can see right here I have just this page, and this can actually be enabled. So let's say I go to this editing focus mode that I have, where I just want to edit pictures, videos, and all that stuff that I have. Of course, I don't need to have all the distractions there. I can go to focus here, and I can go to editing mode, and here I will have my pages that I use. So if I go to edit here, I have all the pages of apps that I have on my device, and I can choose the one where I have my apps, tap on done right here, and then of course we have the lock screen as well, and I can even choose which watch face I want to have enabled while having this focus mode on. So in this case, you can see I have this focus mode on, and you can see I have this wallpaper here, of course, with only the apps that I'm using to edit. Everything else will be removed from the home screen. Now all I have to do is actually just change or turn off this focus mode, and everything will be back here. Everything, the wallpaper and all the apps and everything will be back on the home screen. Now anytime you're on the photo library of your iPhone and you have a photo that you have edited, maybe you want to just revert it to the original, the easiest way to do that is actually by 3D touching on that photo. 3D touch on it, and you will have here a button which will automatically revert it to the original as it was, as easy as that. On the Notes app, whenever you use the markup tools and you're writing something like, let's say I write hello right here for example, now you can see what iOS will do. It will actually title this note hello based on what I wrote there. But all you have to do now is just tap right there at the top, and you can see it will give you now the option to actually change that title to anything else you want. Now this right here is an older trick, but I still think a lot of people don't know about it. It's actually super useful. Go to the App Store, head onto your account, and go to your purchased apps and games. Now right here you will have an easy way to hide any purchased game or app from your account so it doesn't show up on your account. The way to do that, simply go ahead and swipe like this, tap on hide, and that will now be hidden from your account. Now you can also reverse that, of course. To do that, you head on to your settings, you go to your Apple ID at the top, and then you go to media and purchases, and you will find here hidden purchases. You tap there and you will see all the apps that you have downloaded and then you have hidden from your account. Of course, once these are loaded, you can actually go ahead and unhide any of them from your account. Next up, we're moving to the Stocks app. So, on the Stocks app, you will have a bunch of different options here. When you're taking a look at a stock, you can see right there, in this case, it says like -3 at S&P 500 there. So that's how many dollars it has actually dropped today. But I can go ahead and tap right there. You can see it will switch now to the market cap right there, switch to the percentage, to the actual number, and to the market cap. So you can switch between them simply by tapping right there on that little square. Moving on and talking about the dynamic island. So whenever you have something on the dynamic island, like an app or something plain, if you don't want to actually see it, of course you're on an app or you're on the home screen maybe, and it's just bothering you, don't want to see it right there, you can simply swipe like this. You can swipe from the right or from the left, it doesn't matter, and just like that you can go ahead and just hide the dynamic island. Of course, you can reveal it once again simply by swiping from the middle, either to the left or to the right. And last but not least, moving on right on the lock screen here. So here we have a live activity. Now a lot of people will bother going into the app and closing maybe the app, or just finding a way on the app to switch off the live activity that they might have on their lock screen. Now the way to remove this is very simple, just like you would do with a notification. Swipe like this, tap on clear, and you're good to go. So that's basically for this video, guys. These are some really cool things that your iPhone can do on iOS 16 that you probably didn't know about. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, also subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'll see you on the next one.